You've seen the headlines. Tech, finance, and even the financial government are all announcing mass layoffs. It feels like the ground is shifting under our feet, and the career paths that once seemed like a sure thing are suddenly looking a little bit shaky. For a lot of people, it's a time of anxiety, of watching the news and wondering, am I next? This isn't just some monetary dip. We're watching a fundamental restructuring of the job market in real time. But what if I told you that for every headline about a layoff, there's a hidden job market that's absolutely booming? What if the skills you already have are exactly what's needed in industries that don't just ride out a recession, but they actually get stronger? Hello, everyone. My name is Bedford-Flood, founder of ProSource Staffing. I have helped hundreds of job seekers find their dream job for over 28 years. In this video, we are pulling back the curtain on 5 surprising sectors that are not just surviving, but thriving in 2025. We're going to break down why they're so stable, what jobs are in high demand, and most importantly, how you can pivot your existing skills to land a stable, high-paying job in one of them. Forget the fear. It's time for strategy. Let's be real. The old rules feel broken. For years, we have been told that a job in tech or a stable gig in finance was the golden ticket. But in 2025 alone, we've seen tens of thousands of layoffs in these exact sectors. We're in a cooling hiring climate where competition is fierce and companies are taking forever to fill roles. This isn't to scare you, it's about acknowledging the new reality. The economic landscape is being reshaped by massive forces like AI, the global push for green energy, and a huge demographic shift. Waiting around for the old safe job to come back isn't a plan. The real plan is to understand where the new opportunities are and get there first. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So coming in at number 1 is a sector that's both a classic and a modern powerhouse: health and social assistance. And I know what you might be thinking, but I'm not a doctor or a nurse. Hold on, because the opportunity here go way beyond the operating room. First, let's talk about the why. This sector's resilience is built on 2 simple truths: demographics and necessity. Western populations are aging, and an older population simply requires more medical care and support. It's a non-negotiable need. You can put off buying a new car, but you can't really put off your health. This is why, even as other sectors shrink, healthcare has been a job-creating machine, consistently adding tens of thousands of jobs every single month. For example, a recent month like May 2025 saw the industry add over 62,000 jobs, far outpacing its already impressive average. So who's getting hired? The demand is massive and varied. Of course, registered nurses are needed, but so are healthcare and personal care aides, with a projected workforce gap of over 446,000 this year. There's also explosive growth for medical and lab technicians, with over 100,000 new openings expected in 2025. And the social assistance side, jobs are trending up for roles in individual and family services. This includes counselors, social workers, and program managers who support communities facing economic hardships, a need that's always growing and never has a downturn. So how do you pivot? If you have a background in project management, believe me, tech companies aren't the only ones who need you. Hospitals are massive logistical puzzles that need skilled administrators. project managers, and IT support to run. If you're in data analysis, the healthcare industry is desperate for people who can manage patient data and optimize hospital workflows. If you're in customer service, your skills are directly transferable to roles like patient advocate or care coordinator. The key is to look at your skills, not just your job title or the industry that you work in, and see how they can solve the problem of the essential ever-growing industry. The next one might sound totally counterintuitive. With all the news about tech layoffs, how could AI and data sciences possibly be a safe bet? It's because we have to make critical distinctions. While some general software and admin roles in tech are being cut, companies are doubling down on the very thing causing the disruption: AI and data. Here's why. Companies aren't adapting AI for fun. They're doing it to survive. They're using it to automate tasks, cut costs, get a competitive edge, and make smarter decisions, all things that become mission critical during a recession. The demand for pros who can build and manage these AI systems is exploding. Data scientist positions are projected to grow by a staggering amount of 35% in the next 7 years. This isn't just growth, it's a fundamental rewiring of how business works. So who's getting hired? Specialists. While general data analysis jobs are still great, the really high-paying, in-demand roles are titles like machine learning engineer, AI specialist, and the new role of generative AI and LLM engineer. These people aren't just analyzing data, they are building the engines that will power the next generation of business. And the pay reflects that urgency. In 2025, the average salary for a machine learning engineer is over $86,000 higher than for a more general data analysis. How do you pivot into this? This is where upskilling isn't just a good idea, it is essential. If you have a background in programming, finance, or even marketing, you already have a foundation in logic and data. The next step is getting specific skills in Python, machine learning, and the cloud. Online courses and boot camps are everywhere and can bridge the gap. What employers are really desperate for are versatile professionals. People who can combine data skills with expertise in a field like finance or healthcare. They don't just need a coder. They need someone who knows what business problems the code is supposed to solve. Your existing experience isn't a liability, it's your secret weapon. Our third recession-proof sector is being fueled by one of the biggest shifts of our lifetime, the green transition. The move away from fossil fuels isn't a trend that cares about a good quarter on the stock market. It's a long-term global mission backed by government and huge corporate investments. The why is simple. This is inevitable. The global energy market is transforming. By 2030, renewables are expected to generate nearly half of all electricity. This isn't a guess, it is a multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure project. A recent report from the International Renewable Energy Agency estimates the sector could support over 38 million jobs globally by 2030, more than double what we have today. This growth is durable because it's tied to long-term projects, not what people feel like buying this month. So who's getting hired in this green economy? The jobs are incredibly diverse. There's huge demand for hands-on work like wind turbine technicians and solar panel installers, local jobs that can't be outsourced. But it goes so far beyond that. Companies need energy storage specialists to design the battery systems that make renewable work 24/7. They need grid integration specialists to modernize our lines. They're hiring armies of project managers to oversee massive wind and solar farm construction. And behind the scenes, they need sustainability consultants, policy analysts, and even energy data scientists to optimize everything. The pivot here is exciting. If you are a traditional engineer, your skills are directly applicable to designing wind turbine or solar arrays. If you are a construction manager, you can oversee building a solar farm instead of a strip mall. If you're in finance, the green sector is hungry for people who can manage clean tech investments. Sales professionals can jump into clean tech sales, one of the hottest roles out there. The trick is to see how your core skills, whether it's project management, logistics, or finance, fit into the goals of the renewable energy. Number 4 is a sector that actually benefits from all this economic chaos. Education and corporate training. When the job market gets shaky and layoffs happen, what's the first thing millions of people do? They go learn new skills to stay competitive. This creates a powerful wave of demand. The why behind this is the wild pace of change. On average, workers can expect nearly 40% of their skills to be transformed or outdated in the next 5 years. Companies know this, and they are scrambling to upskill their own workforce to adapt, especially with AI changing everything. The global corporate training market has already swelled into a nearly $400 billion industry, and it's projected to grow by tens of billions more by 2029. So what are the hot jobs? This isn't just about K through 12 teachers. The corporate world is the huge driver here. Companies are hiring instructional designers to create e-learning courses that actually work. They need corporate trainers and learning and development specialists to lead workshops on everything from new software to leadership. There's also a boom in specialized roles for firms that provide training to other companies with a major focus on tech, data, and AI skills. Pivoting into this field is more accessible than you think. If you're an expert in your current job, whether that's marketing, software, or HR, you are a potential teacher. Your real-world experience is what makes a training program valuable. You could become a corporate trainer in your own industry, helping to upskill the next generation. If you have management experience, you could become a leadership coach. If you're tech savvy, you could work for an edtech company building the learning platforms. The core assets you're leveraging is your knowledge. And in an economy with a massive skill gap, that knowledge has never been more important. Our final sector is probably the most grounded and consistently overlooked. And personally, my favorite, skilled trades and maintenance. This is everything from auto mechanics to plumbers and electricians. These jobs might sound as glamorous as a tech role, but they are built on a foundation of pure, unshakable necessity. The logic is simple and totally recession-proof. When money gets tight, people don't replace, they repair. You're far more likely to fix your aging car than buy a new one. You have to fix a burst pipe or a faulty outlet, no matter what the stock market is doing. This isn't optional spending, it's essential. Because of this, 3 services are seeing steady, reliable demand through any economic cycle. Plus, businesses need them to maintain their own buildings and equipment, making it just as resilient. Who's getting hired? Demand is through the roof for automotive mechanics, electricians, plumbers, and HVAC technicians. But it also includes modern roles like EV infrastructure technicians who install and maintain electric vehicle chargers. The demand is not just steady, it is growing fast. Partially because so many experienced tradespeople are retiring, which is creating a huge skills gap. This means if you're entering the field, you've got job security, great earning potential, and a real shot at starting your own business down the line. The pivot here is more about committing to hands-on training than leveraging office experience, but it's an incredible, solid path. Community colleges and vocational schools offering programs that are much faster and cheaper than a 4-year degree. For anyone who enjoys tangible problem-solving work and wants a career that can't be outsourced or fully automated, this sector offers a direct and reliable path to a secure, well-paying job. It's a great reminder that in a complex economy, sometimes the safest bet is providing a service people will always need. All right, there you have it. 5 sectors that are actively hiring and offering real stability in a shaky market. From the non-negotiable needs of healthcare and skilled trades to the future of building forces of AI, green energy, and continuing education. The common thread is that these jobs are tied to essential services that can't be cut from the budget, or they're part of massive long-term transitions that will happen no matter what. The old map to a safe career is being redrawn, but the new one is full of opportunity if you know where to look. Which of these sectors surprised you most? Are you thinking about making a pivot into one of them? Let me know in the comments below. I really do read every single one of them. And if this video gave you a clear path forward and a little more confidence, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more insight to help you thrive in this new economy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.